good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junkie. Dima, come on, music! So Steve Harvey apparently has had a rough month. He fired his social media consultant who posted something weird about comedians on Twitter. Allegedly, his wife was cheating on him with his bodyguard. But all that was deemed to be false. It just wasn't true. So the only thing that we can say is, well, Steve Harvey had to fire his social media consultant. That's the only thing that was true last week. But here's something else that is true now. And that is the fact that Steve Harvey's long-term assistant on the Steve Harvey Show, his partner in crime, Shirley Strawberry, is having a tough time in her life. And that is all because of Steve Harvey's fault. Now, what do you really mean when you say that? Well, according to this particular YouTube channel called Phone Calls from Prison, Shirley Strawberry, who is a co-host on the Steve Harvey Show and a close friend, met her husband, Ernesto Williams, through Steve Harvey. Let's listen to this video.
Today's video has a big update about Shirley Strawberry and her husband, Ernest Williams, aka Ernesto, aka Nesto. Buckle up, I've got the Jailhouse phone calls going all the way back to March of this year, and it looks like there might be trouble in paradise between Shirley and her husband. Stay tuned, the calls between Shirley and Ernesto are in this video. For those of you who might not know who Shirley is, well, you might know Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is a versatile entertainer, comedian, actor, author, and prominent figure in both television and radio. He initially rose to prominence through his sharp observational comedy and later became renowned for his insightful self-help guidance, particularly in the realm of relationships. You may know him from The Family Feud or The Steve Harvey Morning Show. Shirley Strawberry has been in the broadcast biz for almost 40 years herself and is currently a co-host on The Steve Harvey Morning Show. Her and Steve have worked together for the last 20 years, and on the show they have a segment called The Strawberry Letter, where viewers write in for relationship advice from Steve and Shirley. Shirley supposedly met her current husband through Steve Harvey. They got engaged on the show with Steve's help, and Steve even walked Shirley down the aisle. Ernesto is Shirley's second husband. Here's the situation. Shirley Strawberry's husband, Ernesto Williams, is facing some pretty serious charges, some of which include children. As you can see, this guy has a pretty long rap sheet. He and a co-conspirator, Erica King, were arrested for a $1 million fraud scheme. They allegedly would make promises to victims, saying they would grow their brands, but in the end did nothing. Rumor has it that Ernesto even moved Erica King in next door to him and Shirley's residence. He supposedly told Shirley that Erica was just a business partner. What inevitably got them investigated by police was failure to pay months of rent at this new residence. His most current arrest happened in July of 2022 for charges that involve children, and he is currently in jail in Georgia and has been there for over a year without bond. Before he was arrested, the prosecutor in this case also tapped Ernesto's cell phone and allegedly heard him talking with Shirley about leaving the country to live in one of Steve Harvey's homes located in Abu Dhabi. Ernesto is a businessman who owned an upscale barbershop and a security company in Atlanta. The barbershop was on Peachtree Road and was called Nesto's. According to Yelp reviewers, services started at a minimum of $50 and went up from there. I also read that after a customer receives a shampoo, the employees would line up and do a little dance. Needless to say, the location is now closed. I'm not exactly sure when it opened, but I see Nesto's barbershop dates back to 2015. The security company was opened in 2021 and it dissolved in 2022. Now that everyone's up to speed, let's get to the goods.
So, you see, it was Steve Harvey's recommendation that Shirley Strawberry, who was single at the time, get with this guy, Ernesto Williams. And that is exactly what she did. But we see the heinous crimes that Mr. Ernesto Williams is accused of. Well, we also have a phone call from him in prison and his wife, who may or may not be estranged. Let's listen to what they have to say.
Now that everyone's up to speed, let's get to the goods. The first call is from March 7th and is between Shirley Strawberry and her husband, Ernesto.
Hello, this is a free call from
Nesto.
This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording.
Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Hello?
Hello.
How you
Hold on
doing?
1 second, please. Hold on. I'm good. Hold on. Yeah, hi. How are you?
I'm good. So I just got 5 minutes on a free phone call. So I just,
Oh, you do?
yeah. Let know I go to court Thursday. So say a prayer for me. And my lawyer just came saw me. So just gonna wait till Thursday and see what's gonna go down. So other than that, y'all doing okay?
Yeah, we're doing fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How are you feeling?
I'm just leaving in God's hand and let him do what he do. That's all I
Okay.
can do. Yeah.
But you know, I always say a prayer for you. You do know that, right?
I do know that. You have some strong prayers, too. So strong.
Well, good. I'm glad they're working.
Yeah, they're working. They're working.
Yeah,
They're working.
that's good.
I'm just being positive and focused. So I just want to let you know that. Yeah, watch, I love you very much. And very happy that you got some coming till I get there.
Yeah, Dan came and got the truck.
Yeah, you told me.
Oh, he did? Okay.
No, you told me.
No, I told you he was going to get the truck. He actually went and got it. He didn't get it the day he said he was going to get it. He got it a couple of days later because he didn't have a ride. You know, he had to wait till he got a ride. Because something about his,
I got it.
yeah.
I got it. I understand. So he got a ride now.
Yeah.
Now, guys, I just want you to understand this. And of course, Steve Harvey can't be all to blame, but Steve Harvey does have a history of dealing with people who are criminals, or like his bodyguard, who was a ex-professed womanizer or a pimp, which, I mean, maybe he changed. I mean, this is very interesting because this guy, not only was he doing some things allegedly with, underage people, not only was he allegedly defrauding people, but he was doing so in the same house as his wife, Shirley Strawberry, with this other lady. In other words, it appears this other lady who's also caught up in this was the side chick. So wow, I guess Steve Harvey having all of that money and all of those connections didn't mean Shirley Strawberry any good. And she's completely embarrassed. I mean, she's trying to keep it in and, it seems like she has some hope for the husband, but it doesn't look good. Here we have another black lady who is act like a woman, thinking like a man, and is going to be in a lot of trouble getting hooked up with Steve Harvey's advice. See, the real thing is that Steve Harvey's advice doesn't work, right? Act like a lady, think like a man. It's, for people who have read the book, and I haven't read the book, but I don't think that it probably works. You see, Shirley Strawberry had to be in some level of desperation to even consider marrying a man like this. It possibly was, I would say, really the great opportunities for her had come and gone. And the last thing that she had was to get with this guy who was a scammer. And who should she thank for that? Mr. Steve Harvey. But that's not really all bad according to Steve Harvey, right? Because look at who he's married to. Marjorie Harvey, who was married to who? A drug dealer. That's right. Then she got a baby by his cousin, who was what? Also a drug dealer. So I guess that money doesn't really mean everything. I mean, especially when you're associated with slime balls like this. And this is what guys really want. I mean, I just don't really understand it. What is the whole point of getting so successful, doing all of these great things, writing these books, and for your own person that is your co-host you have been with for 20 years, you introduce that particular lady to a guy like this? I mean, what is your conversations at work like? Like, sad music.
Hey, Shirley, yeah, this is Steve. Yeah, man, sorry your husband's out here, doing all that kind of crazy stuff, stealing and underage and selling up. Yeah, man, my bad about that,
I don't even know how to fathom. How do you fathom telling somebody like this? And then you're publicly embarrassed. This guy had a side chick. They're doing all of these different crimes inside of the house that you have made. And now this guy is calling you. You're praying for this guy, hoping that he gets out. So maybe you have somewhat of a chance because, well, it's probably too late that anybody would take you maybe as serious as you want. And you can thank your buddy Steve Harvey for this. I mean, this is what he does to the ladies who act like a lady and think like a man. How about act like a lady and like not have any sense at all, according to Steve Harvey. That's exactly what happened here. And he should be held accountable for something like that. I think that was not nice. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.